me that green light. Give me that Greenlight Maine. Give me that green light. Give me that Greenlight Maine. Give me that green light. Give me that Greenlight Maine. Give me that green light. Give me that Greenlight Maine.
This episode of Greenlight Maine is being brought to you by Rudman Winchell, experienced legal counsel for the people, businesses, and communities of Maine.
Good morning, I'm your host, Julene Gervais, and welcome to Season 4 of Greenlight Maine, the business competition where 26 Maine-based companies compete for the $100,000 grand prize. We have 2 excellent contestants here today, but as you may already know, only one will get the green light and advance to the next round. But even for those who don't win, Greenlight Maine still supports them in their effort to expand the Maine business community by encouraging feedback from the judges and much, much more. Now, let's meet those faced with the difficult decisions. Welcome back, Jonathan Bench.
Thank you. Happy to be here. My law firm represents clients from the beginning to the end of the life cycle, so I bring a lot of perspective to our contestants.
From Rudman Winchell.
Rudman Winchell.
Perfect. And welcome, John Harville.
I have a State Farm agency in Holton, Maine, and I'm an entrepreneur by heart, which is why I'm on this show.
Perfect. And finally, Joel Russ. Welcome.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you. I'm currently serving as CEO of a Maine-based nonprofit corporation that is designing an entrepreneurial education program for the public school systems in Maine.
Oh, how nice. Well, thank you all for being here. We're going to talk to you in a few minutes, but first I would like to introduce our first pitch. It's Intoxicles. I love saying that name. And I'd like to welcome Meg McCormick and Max Mogensen. You guys are already all over Maine. Are you expanding out of state at all?
Yeah, that's the next step for us. It's a little interesting with a product like ours, but that's what we're looking to do in the very near future.
Perfect. Well, welcome to Greenlight Maine, and whenever you're ready, you can begin.
Thanks.
Thank you. Hi, we're Meg and Max, and we make Intoxicles. Intoxicles are cocktail freezer pops made with whole ingredients and fine spirits. Our first line of pops are rum-based, 5 ounces, and 8% alcohol. Intoxicles are easy to serve and convenient. They're perfect for the beach, bars, barbecues, basically any time that you want to have the taste of summer without the hassle of cleaning a dirty blender. But who are we? Again, I'm Meg. I have a wide set of experiences ranging from managing a bar in the Caribbean to running federal grant programs at college campuses across the U.S.
And I'm Max. I first made Intoxicals in 2012 with my roommate. Currently, I work on design, packaging, messaging, branding, and our product development at Intoxicals. So our branding is all about fun, frivolity, and being carefree. But Meg and I actually care an enormous amount about what we do. We have stellar recipes, we have a great growth strategy, and we have our finger on the pulse of our target demographic. We also make a very unique product. It's the only one like it in New England and one of only a few of its kind in the US. But more than selling a product, we feel we sell an experience, the essence of the first day of vacation. Intoxicals exists in a niche within the $340 billion US alcohol market. That's a market that's seen a decade of steady, in some cases record-setting growth, and analysts are excited at the prospect of innovative products and new production methods. Consumers, meanwhile, seem to be looking for new experiences, alternatives to traditional bar drinks, and brands that reinforce fun and nostalgia. So you can take, for example, the rise in single-format, ready-to-drink alcohol novelties, things like canned seltzers, canned wines, or flavored liquors. It points to a customer base that's itching for unique products, but ones that create an experience for the user. So we have a 5-year growth strategy at Intoxicals, and it includes us getting on the ground in the markets that we want to hit, through live events, and from there, working our way to make partnerships with local bars and restaurants before ultimately getting on grocery store shelves across the country.
With Greenlight Maine funding, we plan to invest in 3 key areas. The first being legal counsel. As we expand our out-of-state sales, we'll need further legal services. Secondly, it would be production equipment. We plan to invest in high-tech equipment that could increase our output by 600%. And lastly, it would be getting to new markets. We want to purchase a mobile point of sale that will allow us to bring our product to events across the country.
Excellent pitch. Can you buy these online?
You can at the moment, and that's part of what we would put that money towards, the legal counsel. You can pre-order with us, and then we can fulfill orders.
Okay. First question from legal counsel.
What are your legal hurdles to expansion? You have business side, what's the legal side? Do you need contracts? Do you need partnerships? Do you need strategic partners? What are you looking for on that side?
Every state is different, and that's actually the biggest challenge. Every state has different requirements when it comes to alcohol products, and then there are federal requirements. So some states require you to have a physical presence, others require you to put up a bond. It kind of varies state by state.
John.
You guys done a great job. It's a niche market that I haven't heard of since I was in college, so it's been great. My question comes from a more family perspective. Like, how are you going to differentiate yourself with the families that have young kids when they go get a popsicle from the freezer and you have this sitting in there?
Good question.
Sure. We take this very seriously. We want to make sure that our product looks different from the freezy ices of your youth. And so with that, we have a completely white packaging that we also have the requirements from the federal agency to make sure that children do not consume these.
Joel.
Could you comment on your distribution plan, and in particular, what regulatory challenges you might have in putting an alcohol-based product on the market?
Sure. So the initial plan is self-distribution. And because we are at 8% ABV in Maine, we qualify as a low alcohol beverage, which means we can self-distribute. So that means that Meg and I hit the street and we do that legwork. Going forward, we'll probably consider working with the distributor as those orders get larger.
For our viewers at home, where can they purchase these?
Well, actually, at the moment, you can't.
You can't?
You can pre-order with us.
Okay.
And as soon as we have our TTB approval, we can fulfill those orders.
It's coming any day now. And so talking with bars and restaurants, they understand what it's like to go through this process. We're actually considered a food product with alcohol, so it's a totally different ballgame.
Very unique, great answers, great questions by our judges. We are going to take a quick break, but when we come back, there's a lot more of Greenlight Maine, so don't go away.
Greenlight Maine would like to thank the Maine Department of Economic and Community Development, the Maine DECD, helping businesses and communities prosper.
Forever Marked Diamonds. Beautiful, rare, responsibly sourced. Available at all Days Jewelers locations in Maine and New Hampshire.
Are you trying to increase sales? At Dream Local Digital, we've been helping businesses using Facebook, Google, and other online tools for over 8 years. We're experts at helping small businesses because we work with them nationwide.
Dream Local publicizes the important part of me and what I stand for and what Archers is about.
We'd love to help you grow your business as well. Give us a call today.
Good morning. Welcome back to Greenlight Maine. Our Sunday morning conversation is with our sponsor, Rudman Winchell. Welcome again, Jonathan. And can you give some advice to our contestants? I know these companies are on a tight budget. A lot of them don't have lawyers when they're first starting out. What advice would you give them?
I think the first thing I would say is a lot of entrepreneurs cut corners when they have to, and that's a normal part of doing business, I think. Ideally, everyone would have the funds initially to get their entity set up, to have competent legal advice at the outset, and frankly, a lot of people do cut corners. Our firm has tried to provide some services basically pro bono so that companies can ask questions on a very, very high level of things like, when do I need a partnership agreement? When do I need to form my entity? Do I need insurance? There are these kind of key questions that really keep people up at night, and if they don't get a good answer, they're surfing the internet for hours and hours and may never actually find the answer they want.
Perfect. So let's talk more about Rudman Winchell. Can you tell us just a little bit about the firm?
So Rudman Winchell is, we just celebrated our 100th anniversary last year.
Congratulations.
Thank you, 100 years in Maine. And we're very focused on the Augusta North market. So we certainly have clients all throughout the state, but we like to think we're very hometown, very proud of where we're located in Maine, and we do good work. We have about 30 attorneys. We cover everything, anything you'd run into in terms of legal matters except for Superfund site. So if you've buried nuclear waste in your backyard, don't call us. But other than that, we can cover any legal issue that comes across our desk. So very competent very happy. And we're specialized in terms of, I only do business law. I have friends who only do family law, only do litigation. So we're all experts in our fields, and we like to do good work.
Perfect. And you also speak Chinese?
I do.
Yes, tell us about that.
2 dialects, actually. So I spent some time as a volunteer for my church when I was a younger guy. Went to Hong Kong and spent 2 years there volunteering, helping, teaching English. And while I was there, a lot of people said, your Cantonese is pretty good. Do you speak Mandarin too? And I said, I'm coming from America. Is this not enough for you? And they said, no, that's not the point. They said, there are over 1 billion people who speak Mandarin Chinese. If you go and learn Mandarin, you can speak to 1/5 of the world's population. So as a young 20-something guy, that made a big impression on me. I thought if I wanted to be a business attorney and be able to work in this global environment, I should put some effort forth and try and learn other languages, just like people in countries all over the world spend learning our language.
And do you use it a lot in your everyday work?
I try to keep up with it, study probably 5 days a week, mostly listening to podcasts. I have friends, I have WeChat, which is the common app, so I keep in touch with friends. We're texting back and forth in Chinese and leaving voice messages for each other back and forth. So I try to keep it up. I was actually in China with a client last year, an exporter from Maine who's selling logs to China, and so I was there with him as part tour guide, part interpreter, part attorney. So that was very rewarding for me to be able to do that.
A great experience, absolutely. So if our contestants or people watching at home want some information, how do they get in touch with your firm?
We're obviously on the web. They can find us at rudmanwinchell.com. We have attorneys all over. We do lunch and learns quite a bit, free lunch and learns, employment, business side. A lot of opportunities to connect with us as we're trying to give back to the community and give people an opening to ask an attorney a question.
That's great information. Thank you so much for being here. And we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to have our second pitch, so don't go away.
For almost 25 years, Maine Biz has been providing business news, information, and analysis for business owners and C-level executives in Maine. From Fort Kent to Kittery, Maine Biz serves the decision makers of Maine across multiple channels, including its flagship print digital publication, website, events, daily report, real estate insider, and weekly newsletter. Let Maine Biz help your business succeed. Inform, engage, connect.
Thomas College believes in innovation. From the Harold Alfond Institute for Business Innovation and our Center for Innovation in Education to 3-year undergraduate degrees and accelerated graduate programs in business, cybersecurity, and criminology, innovation is in our DNA. Money Magazine ranks Thomas 23rd in the nation for value, and our Guaranteed Job program backs that up. Thomas College, personal, practical, guaranteed.
Thomas College is a proud sponsor of Greenlight Maine. To find more resources on how to start and grow your business, visit greenlightmaine.com.
Welcome back to Greenlight Maine. Our second pitch is Mug Buddies, and welcome Mergen Solomon.
Thank you.
This started with a family tradition?
Yes, in my family, ever since I was a wee one, we would bake traditional heirloom recipes from our family and give it to loved ones, and that's where we started.
Oh, what a great story.
Thank you.
Welcome to Greenlight Maine.
Thanks.
We're so happy to have you, and whenever you're ready, you can begin.
Great. Mug Buddy Cookies, a company I started in 2015, specializes in handcrafting 3D mug topper cookies. At Mug Buddy Cookies, we have 2 definitions of what a mug buddy can be. The first is a cookie that sits on the edge of your mug. It's a buddy for your mug. The second is someone you would share a mug buddy with, or a cup of coffee, tea, anything like that. As we like to say, enjoy a mug buddy with your mug buddy. Today's gift buyers are looking for the whole package, something with a personal touch that has great taste, presentation, and is memorable. Mug buddies do all 3. They elevate cookies from being just a snack to a whole experience. They tell stories. We have butterflies that land on the edge of your mug, cookie flowers you can eat petal by petal, a lobster trap with 2 little lobsters on the inside and a shack next door. They're a feast for your eyes as well as your taste buds, and the possibilities are endless as to where we can take our cookie lines. Knowing that they needed to taste as good as they look, I crafted recipes that would appeal to a wide variety of consumers. We have our crowd-pleasing favorites like gingerbread, sugar and spice, and dark chocolate cinnamon, as well as more artisanal gourmet flavors, including dark chocolate orange, ginger peach, and coconut lime. With seasonal flavors and designs, Mug Buddies are the gift that you can keep on giving. They're perfect for birthdays, congratulations, thank yous, events, favors, and just because. All of our production takes place in Biddeford. The employment opportunities we create offer on-the-job training, as well as flexible hours to individuals from a wide range of backgrounds. Our cookies are made in small batches using ingredients that are sourced locally when possible. They are hand-mixed, cut, decorated by our icing artists, assembled and packaged, enabling us to ensure quality every step of the way. Our workflow practices allow us to fill small personalized orders as well as large-scale corporate orders. For example, during our first year, we made over 96,000 cookie houses in just 10 weeks. Since that amazing first year, we've been awarded Rookie Business of the Year, Best New Specialty Food Product at the New England Made trade shows, gathered corporate clients who've shipped our cookies as far as Australia, and entered 9 new states under our own branding. I want to build upon these successes and grow Mug Buddy cookies into the national brand I know we are primed and poised to be. With the winnings from Greenlight Maine, I would look to grow in areas that have been identified as product development, new market diversification, and upgrading our equipment. With commercial equipment, we would dramatically reduce our early stage preparation times, and new packaging equipment would help us offer new cookie lines. Attendance to trade shows in new regions is key to expanding into new markets. The next best match for us based on region and size being the America's Mart Atlanta gift show. We'd also like to offer cookie mugs as an add-on item for our online direct sales. Thank you.
Nice job. They're almost too pretty to eat. First question, Jonathan.
You mentioned you're already able to scale up quite a bit. How far through your production are you? Are you 50% of where you want to be when you scale, or can you describe that a little bit more?
We actually have a pool of about 50 individuals who are trained and ready to come on whenever there are large custom orders, and most of our training takes only 2 weeks to get people up to speed and for production.
John.
Hi, Marigan.
Hi.
Personal question.
Yes.
Are any of your cookies celiac or wheat-free, allergy-free?
We don't have licensing for a gluten-free facility, so we're considered gluten-friendly, as we do offer a recipe without any flour in it.
Joe.
Does your marketing plan or vision include catalog sales? And if so, how do you distinguish yourself from many of the products that I see in something like Vermont Country Store, for example?
Great question. We actually are currently in a catalog based out of Connecticut called Simpson & Vale. And generally speaking, people don't tend to work with small artisanal 3D cookies. It's really our niche is the 3D that sets us apart.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Great job.
Thanks.
Next question, John.
Well, I have several questions. What are your hurdles to expansion now? If you're already in several states, do you need a footprint in the states, or are you just needing to spread the word more and be able to deliver faster?
We're a very visual product, so it really comes down to people seeing the cookies to then expanding into the new areas. Once we approach trade shows and have been there, we've had a high rate of success with booking new clients and new gift stores. So it's really getting out in front of the buyers that makes the big difference. Otherwise, we're currently just relying on people seeing it and spreading from in-person purchases.
What's the cost separation between what does it cost to make it, what's your cost to sell it?
That really varies based on whether or not you're asking about my direct-to-consumer or my gift shop. I will say that we are above the national average of 30% on baked goods.
Joe.
Just a quick comment. I'm delighted to hear of the creativity that's occurring in Biddeford now, and you're representative of that.
Thank you.
Congratulations. So who's the competition?
Right now, it's mainly other cookies that are considered larger at a different price point. So it really comes down to, are you looking for the experience or are you just looking for a cookie? We do offer also 2D cookies that are available to hit that separate price market.
Okay, great answers, great questions. We've got to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to hear more, so don't go away.
Furniture for Greenlight Maine is provided by Thomas Mosier Furniture, handmade American furniture since 1972.
Are you trying to increase sales? At Dream Local Digital, we've been helping businesses using Facebook, Google, and other online tools for over 8 years. We're experts at helping small businesses because we work with them nationwide.
At Horch Roofing, we pride ourselves on doing quality roofs, not social media and direct marketing. That's why we hire the professionals at Dream Local.
We'd love to help you grow your business as well. Give us a call today.
In 1972, Tom Moser committed his life's work to craft, and 4 decades later employs 70 fine craftsmen and women in our shop in Auburn, Maine. With showrooms and customers from coast to coast and numerous awards and accolades, Tom has firmly established himself as an entrepreneurial tour de force and has proven that a life doing what you love is indeed possible.
This year's winner of Greenlight Maine will win this handmade Thomas Moser beacon box and $100,000. Broadcast facilities are provided by Husson University's NESCOM, the New England School of Communications.
Welcome back to Greenlight Maine. Our judges are going to talk this out and decide who gets the green light. Let's start with Intoxicles, a fabulous idea they got from making popsicles for their friends in their backyard barbecues. I thought it was awesome.
I agree. I think Max and Meg seem to have their division of labor completely clear. They each bring a separate complementary skill set to the table. They know their demographics. They seem to be right on the ball.
I absolutely love their name. I think it establishes exactly who they are. There's no discrepancy. There's no question. They do a good job, and they know what their strengths are. Each one of them does.
Absolutely.
They clearly know their market well. They have a well thought out distribution strategy, venues for young people in that age 21 to 35. They had a very good sense of how they would use an award if it were, and it clearly would advance their business plan. I do think they have a challenge in introducing an alcohol-based product with the rules and regulations that may vary from state to state.
Right. I mean, there's nothing else out there like it. So to put that in your freezer when you're a parent and you have kids around, you're not used to seeing that. Yeah. So I think that's a hurdle that they're going to have to overcome.
Although they did a pretty good job of distinguishing their product, and that was part of their design, I think, was to create that difference.
And have the name be Intoxicles, so it's loud and clear what they are, and there's no confusion.
Not hiding anything.
I like they're addressing their legal challenges early on. They know that when they go into a new state, they have new regulations to follow, new hurdles, and they're ready to face it head on, so that bodes well for them.
All right, let's switch gears. Mug Buddies, fabulous idea as well. And those cookies are so beautiful. She said she went from 0 orders to 96,000 in 2 weeks.
You know, something about cookies is that you can get one that looks really nice, but doesn't taste that good. These tasted really good as well.
That's right. You guys got to sample it.
Absolutely.
Yep. Both products you got to taste.
Right. When you said going from 0 to 96, I thought you were talking about her speed. She has a definite passion and incredible energy. 2 things that you need in order to successfully
And you can tell she loves doing what she's doing.
She does.
Yes.
I hope that she can transition the business and start to shuffle off some of her duties. I know she's doing it part-time now, but as it increases, she's going to need to expand in a way where she has key talent on board and not just people who she can instruct in the 2 weeks' time to get them up to speed on the manufacturing.
And she's definitely confident. When we asked that question about are you able to ramp up, she said yes. But I don't know if she realizes how much effort that really is going to entail with her having another part-time job on the side and the limited staff she has. So that will be a challenge for her, of course.
I think if you see they're almost custom made. And I think part of the challenge is going to be how do you take a custom-made look and ramp up the production and capacity that captures that value of the cookie.
Right, because it's artwork really when you look at it. So how do you put that into mass production and not lose quality? Yeah. Right. All right, let's fast forward. So where would you like to see them a year from now, 2 years from now?
I think we all like to see them succeed. You know, in whatever way that means for them, right? I mean, I think for Intoxicles, I'd like to see them have a successful summer run of following concert to concert as that happens. I'd like to see that they can actually do it.
I like to see Intoxicles their 5-year plan. They mentioned that they have one in place. They never expanded upon it. like you said, John, it's a good summertime project, but where does the rest of the future come from? How does it going to lay out?
Right. We know it includes a truck that's going to go to all major concert venues. We know that they want to be in all these restaurants, but they mention the shelf space in the freezer, so maybe a cooler that's advertising them on the back bar, partnered with like Yeti would be fabulous. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. And Joe?
Yeah, helping the vendor solve the storage challenges. I wouldn't say it's a problem, but it's a seasonal product, I think. I don't know too many people who eat popsicles in January, but
especially in Maine.
So it'll be interesting to see what their geographic spread is and how it changes from season to season. I hope they're successful. Hope they both are.
Great job. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to find out who the winner is, so don't go away.
To find more resources on how to start and grow your business, visit greenlightmaine.com.
We're very proud of the product we make and the way that we make it. The most important features of our original dog vest are in its design. Traditional lenders, they steer away from unproven track records.
In you come. Hold up.
CEI gave us the opportunity to build a track record, show that our future path will be more solid than our past.
At Emera Maine, we know customers rely on us to power their homes and businesses. That's why we're continually working to improve reliability of service and meet our customers' changing needs. Emera Maine wants to help local businesses grow and attract new businesses to northern and eastern Maine. We are deeply invested in our communities because these are our communities too. Emera Maine, bringing power to the people of Maine.
For more information about the presenters and panelists on all the Greenlight Maine shows, visit greenlightmaine.com.
Welcome back to Greenlight Maine. Our judges really enjoyed both pitches, but unfortunately only one can advance in the competition. Let's find out who it is. Judges, who's it going to be? The winner is Mug Buddies. Congratulations to Merrigan. That's all the time we have for today. We appreciate your feedback, so check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter to learn more about our resources, the contestants, or if someone you know has any interest in starting a business, visit us on greenlightmaine.com. Have a fantastic Sunday. Congratulations. Nice job.
Greenlight Maine has been brought to you by Rudman Winchell, experienced legal counsel for the people, businesses, and communities of Maine. Greenlight Maine would not be possible without the support of all of our corporate sponsors. Thank you.
Give me that green light. Give me that green light, Maine. Give me that green light. Give me that green light, Maine.
Greenlight Maine has been a paid-for presentation by the Portland Media Group.